Hello, all you pizza-loving students out there. I am Mrs. King. My favorite pizza is the everything pizza. The more toppings and the more sauce, the better I like it. But it's gotta be with A&W root beer. That's non-negotiable for me. Gotta have it with my pizza. Piano Track's a neat kind of a kid, a neat kind of a person. I really look forward to getting there on Monday and getting to know all of you and working with you. We have a really good time in piano class. Today, while you are sitting in class here, I am sitting in a class in La Grande, Oregon, taking my classes to get my master's degree. It's so that I can continue teaching in Ontario. I love working here, so that is where I am at right now. This is why you have a sub today. I began playing the piano when I was 9 years old. My parents bought a piano and I just went over to it and started playing around on it. And my parents said, let's get our piano teacher. And so I started taking piano lessons then. I started teaching piano lessons when I was 14. I went to the University of Idaho and received a piano performance degree. And piano has been a huge part of my whole life. So I was really excited when I came to Ontario and realized that I could still teach piano lessons. So that was awesome. Couple things you need to know for this class. Number one, this is the book we learn out of. I hope the letters aren't backwards for you. Sorry if they are. This is Piano Safari for Older Beginners, Level 1. You are very welcome to get online. You can get this at Amazon. You may buy this for yourself. It has really fun songs in it. You're gonna love them. If you want a copy of this book, you may. Feel free. I don't provide the books for you. The songs you're actually gonna need for your proficiencies and the stuff you need to pass off, I will photocopy for you. So you don't need to worry about buying the book if you don't want to. But that is the book. And I have had kids ask me, can you please photocopy the whole book? No, I can't. That's illegal. I can only photocopy what you're gonna use for your proficiencies. But you can buy the book yourself. It's like $23 last time I checked. So not super cheap, but also not too outrageous. This is a year-long class. That's another thing that you need to really understand, is that this is no longer a one-semester class. This is a 3-semester class. And this is important because each semester builds on the semester before. We're gonna try to get through the entire Level 1 book in one school year. Couldn't even begin to do that with this class as a one trimester class. So you will need to take all 3 trimesters to complete our Level 1 book. Only students who have trimester 1 will be able to get into trimester 2, and only kids who have had trimester 2 will be able to get into trimester 3. So you won't be able to drop out trimester 2 and think you're gonna jump back in trimester 3. It's not gonna work. It builds on each trimester. If this is not gonna work for your schedule, that's fine, no hard feelings, but please go see Mr. Kilzer or Mr. DeWitt today and get transferred out of this class. If you can't do it in all 3 trimesters, please transfer out of the class. A lot of students wanted to get into this class, so if you can't commit to all 3 trimesters, please drop this class and enable a different student to sign up for the class before the schedules are finalized. Equipment for this class. The one thing you need to bring is a pencil. Piano players use a pencil, not a pen, a pencil. It could be a mechanical pencil. As long as it is erasable, it needs to be a pencil. I always have some up front if you need to borrow one, but that always wastes time. If you have a pencil, keep it with you at your piano station, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about what that will look like. You will also be given a 3-ring binder to put all your sheet music in that I photocopy and give to you. The binder does not belong to you. You will turn it back in at the end of the school year, and it needs to be turned in as good a condition as you received it. The kids last year were amazing. We had 3 different groups of kids use those binders, and those binders are still in incredible condition. And that is the kind of condition I expect our piano students to return equipment back in, is as new as possible. You can personalize it by slipping a piece of paper with your own artwork or whatever down into the front cover. That's really cool, as long as you keep it school appropriate. That would be awesome. Okay, pianos, keyboards, stands, benches, headphones, and pedals. They're all provided for you for this class, no charge. If you take really good care of them, they will last many students, many classes, and that is our goal. You are to make sure that this equipment is in as excellent a condition for the students to come next year. We also have, this is super cool now, we have some smaller keyboards that you are welcome to check out for free and take home so that you can have something to practice on at home. You'll just check them back in at the end of the school year, no questions asked. If you're interested in that, let me know on Monday. We'll get those checked out to you guys. You can take them home with you. Let's see, because we do have really expensive, awesome equipment all around us, not just for piano class, but our band instruments, they're so awesome. Because we have so much of that around us, I do not allow any food or drinks in class. Non-negotiable, no exceptions. Eat before you come to class or after you leave, but not during class. If you have a water bottle that has like a cap that you lift up and you like suck water out of in a straw or whatever, that's okay. But no food. Okay, next thing. Guys, what we're learning is that because this is a first period class, you night owls who are not morning people, this is going to be a really rough class for you. And I'm really sorry. I know you don't choose to be a night owl. I know people who struggle with the mornings, that's really rough. You might be really excited about learning piano right now, but those early mornings are gonna come and you're gonna be tempted to think, oh, it's an elective class, I don't really have to go, I'm gonna go back to sleep, and you'll miss class. This is super uncool for 2 reasons. Number 1, you will not learn your songs if you aren't in class at your keyboard with your hands on the keys practicing. Then you will do badly on the proficiencies and your grades will drop. We will have probably a proficiency or 2 every week. We'll be passing stuff off as fast as we can to get you through that book. And if you are not in class and you're not putting in the practice time, your grades will suffer. And I saw that a lot last year, so be aware of that. The other reason it is super not cool to sleep in and skip your first period class is because we only have 14 keyboard sets. If you're skipping class, the keyboard is sitting unused. With so many students who wanted to take this class but couldn't because it was full, please don't be the person who wastes the opportunity to use that keyboard and prevent somebody else from using it instead. You signed up for the class, be in the class every day, because I promise you, others who wanted to couldn't join the class because it was full. So be the student who comes to class and uses this opportunity to the fullest. If you suspect you're gonna end up skipping first period often anyway, please go see Mr. Kilzer or Mr. DeWitt today and get transferred out of this class. Lots of other students wanna take it, so if you can't get yourself here every day to first period, please enable another student to sign up for this class before schedules are finalized. Okay, that is enough of that. Let's get you acquainted with one another. We're gonna play a game, very simple, and it's called Name Champ. And I will explain how it works, and then Mrs. Weeks is going to pause this video and you can play it. So here we go. First thing you're gonna do is all stand and you're gonna get into a circle. I hope you remember what that shape looks like. It doesn't need to be a circle. And you will need to be elbow distance apart. What that means is you're gonna take your hands, just put them on your hips, and you're gonna stand close enough to the people on either side of you that your elbows almost touch, not quite. You're far enough away that they don't actually touch. That is elbow distance apart. So that will be your first job. The next thing is you're gonna play round 1. So in round 1, one of you are gonna start, and you're just going to say, you can put your hands down after you're all in your circle. You're gonna say your own name, and then you're gonna say the name of somebody in the room that you know. Odds are you're probably gonna know maybe 1 or 2 other people in the class. I'm banking on that. If not, go around and each say your name one time. That's totally cool. All right, so the first person says their own name and then says the name of anyone else in the circle. Then that person says their name first and the name of anybody else in the circle. Then that person says their name first and then the name of anybody else in the circle. And you go around until each person has had a turn or 2 or 3. That's round 1. Those are your instructions for round 1. Go ahead and pause this video right now, get in your circle, play that until you understand how it works and you've kind of gotten through the names, and then we'll look at round 2. In round 2, you are going to make up a gesture to go along with your name. So for example, if I were here with you right now, I would take my hands, I would make a crown because my last name's King and that just seems to make sense. So I would make a crown and I would say, Mrs. King, and then I would make the sign of the other person, somebody else, and say their name. So it's the exact same, except for you're gonna add everybody's gesture. Keep your gestures school appropriate and respectful. That is round 2. Push pause on the video and give it a try. Ready for round 3. You are going to drop the name. It may not say the name at all, but only use the gesture. So if I were playing this right now, I would make my gesture and then the gesture of somebody else. And then somebody else, that person, would make their gesture and then the gesture of somebody else. And you'd go around until everybody's had 2 or 3 turns to do that. And that is round 3. Push pause, give it a try. Great job, everybody. When we get back here on Monday, we're gonna check out all our equipment, we're gonna get it all set up, and we're gonna get onto those keyboards. We will see you Monday.